welcome to another RSR. Tonight it is a double. We are reviewing Forge FC 2, Toronto FC 1 in the Telus Canadian Championship 2024 Semifinal Leg 1. Toronto gets the away goal. They have a chance. They're not dead to rights yet completely, but damn, did they try to be. Horrible performance. And Uruguay 0, Colombia 1 in the CONMEBOL Copa América 2024 Semifinal. Uruguay 0, Colombia 1 en la Semifinal de la CONMEBOL Copa América. Uruguay gets eliminated. They'll play Canada on Saturday with maybe a lot of players missing, but we'll get there. And Colombia will play Argentina in the final on Sunday. Toronto also plays on Saturday, but I'm not looking forward to it. We'll start with Toronto and Forge because, well, I got more to say about this one. And, well, that's why I'll go first. It ended first, too. 11th minute. Benny Bodibonga scores. He beats Bernadeschi. Gavron is way off his line at the middle of the field. Bodibonga takes a chip, checks the keeper, takes a chip, lofts it into the net. 1-0 Forge. Chips Gavron. He was way off his line. Stupid play. There you go. 14th minute, Quasi-Poku's ball. The ball gets crossed into Quasi-Poku. He backheels it into the net past Gavron. 2-0. Quasi-Poku gets the goal. He scored against Forge, or Montreal for Forge. He scored against Toronto. Forge leads 2-0. Halftime, it's 2-0. Then Prince Owusu in the 88th minute gets a goal. A clown show in the box. The ball doesn't fall. Owusu taps it in. He gets the goal. A wild play. A scrum in the box leads to a Toronto away goal. 2-1. That's the way it would end. 2-1. They have the away goal, but damn, what a disgraceful performance, especially the first 30 minutes. Stats are as follows. 10 shots to 18. 5 shots on goal to 5. 32% possession to 68% possession. 321 pass to 686. 77% pass accuracy to 91%. 9 fouls to 7. 2 offside to 4. 1 yellow card to 2. 0 red cards to 0. 4 corners to 8. First off, I will say this. Forge could have won this game by way more. It could have been 5. It could have been 4 or 5. They're lucky. Toronto were lucky that it wasn't. That it was a 2-1. That they aren't dead to rights, even with an away goal. They're lucky that they're not dead to rights, even with an away goal. Now, are they unlucky that that offside in the first half wasn't offside? Yes. Should it have been 2-2? All things considered? Yes. But it wasn't. But they have the away goal. But damn, Forge cooked Toronto. For most of this match, even if the numbers were on Toronto's side, Forge cooked Toronto. They wanted this more. They were hungry. Toronto came in, waltzing in like, oh, we're going to beat these guys. We don't care if they're 4 out of 5 time CPL champions. We don't care that they gave fights to Cruz Azul and Chivas. We don't care if they beat Montreal. We're going to beat these guys. They walked in cocky. And guess what happened to them? That's the first part. They walked in cocky. That's exactly what happened to them. They walked in cocky, and they paid for it. They walked in like they were the cock of the walk. Slap, 2-1 loss. I don't think they'll be doing that at home. That definitely helps Toronto, honestly. But still on the death spiral they've been on for the past 10 games. Another loss. 7 straight losses. 6 in the league, 1 CanChamp. Man, we suck. With that being said, Forge, they deserve the win. Even though it should have been a draw, but they could have won by more, Forge deserved the win. They wanted it more. And you could tell. They wanted this game more. You could absolutely tell. They were better on the ball, or they were better coming towards the ball. They were a step quicker. Not Canada, but Toronto was a step slower. They thought they had a chance. They could be slow. No, they can't. They were a step slower. It bit them in the ass. Now, Forge deserves to win. Amazing game from him. Benny Bodibonga cooked Bernadeschi. I cannot believe that happened, to be totally honest. Hell, Maliko Alabi Belawu also cooked him a couple of times too, but, you know, or pocketed him. Either way. I mean, Forge, I'm happy for him. The Forge part of my heart is happy for him, but damn it, why'd you have to do it? You know, I don't like seeing you beat Toronto, but I can be happy for them that they earned it. And they honestly deserve the win. Now, on to Toronto. Oh my God, you're a bunch of frauds. You're a horrible bunch of frauds. A 2-1 loss to Forge. Yes, we're still alive with the away goal. We're not dead to rights like we were. The only reason I'm not ranting at you as worse as you deserve it is because we're not dead to rights. We should be, though. We should be, though. The way you played like punks, egotistical losers, and just horribly. Just horribly. Forge is hungry. They want to beat you. John Herdman lost to Forge. Bob Bradley beat these guys with, honestly, a worse team. And he beat these guys. That's how bad this looks. Even Bob Bradley beat these guys. Well, he was the only guy to play them as a Toronto manager. But he beat them. Herdman didn't. And he's supposed to be, or he was for a while, the savior. No, he ain't. It just keeps showing that he is a fraud. He is a motivation merchant. He is not a good coach for a club. He would be, again, a good technical director, but he is not a good coach for a club when things start going south. And even when it came to the national team, same thing happened, but it took a while for that to happen. With that being said, most of these players are not even CPL level. That's just the facts. I mean, seriously, Longstaff and Owusu. I mean, Owusu got the goal, but it was really a clown show. So we really gonna give that one to him? I don't think so. And Longstaff is horrible. And Kevin Long should have came on at the half. They didn't do it. Etienne, not great. Cassius Malula's about to get thrown out the window. He wasn't even on the bench. Could have got a shot. I think he would have been a live wire in this match, but no. Hell, at least to get him a little bit more of a transfer fee. That would have been smart. But yay, hey, you know. Well, that's something. But Insigne huffed and puffed around again. Bernadeschi tried his ass off, and he still got burnt. Like, he was the only one who had a wet jersey because of sweat. The rest of them had a wet jersey because of the rain from Hurricane Beryl. The remnants of Hurricane Beryl, I should say. That's exactly what happened to the rest of them. So, in that vein, John Herdman's a fraud, Bill Manning's cancer, and these players are trash. Simple as. These players are trash, Bill Manning is cancer, John Herdman is a fraud, at least as a coach. And Jason Hernandez has to sit on his hands because reasons, I guess. Makes no sense to me. I don't get it. But Toronto, my God, what a disgraceful performance. The first half, y'all got your show ran by Forge. The second half, y'all dominated the ball, could only manage a measly goal, and it was a clown show. At least we got the away goal, but Jesus Christ, Forge ran our show. Even if we dominated all the stats, Forge ran our show. They knew exactly what they needed to do to win this match. And they did it. Deservedly so. Toronto, this is about as embarrassing as Independiente. Luckily, it wasn't 4 or 5. If it was, it definitely would have been. This tournament is the one we should win every year. I don't care about how good Montreal or Vancouver are. I don't care how good the CPL gets. I don't care how League One Canada gets, how good they get. Toronto should be winning this trophy every year. That's the bare minimum. And then they pull a performance like this? A joke. An absolute joke. That you pull a performance like this? A performance like this. In the trophy you're supposed to win every year against the CPL side. It's a wonder if this team wins another game this year after what they've been pulling. Their best wins this year, even though they've had a good bit compared to last year, have come against a League One Quebec side. Is that the high mark? And then everything else is just low, 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 low. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, Herdman needs to go. Manning for sure needs to go. Half of these players need to go. And other than that, my God, what a joke. What an absolute joke. Farce. Frauds and a farce. At least you got a second leg. Thank God we have a second leg. I was complaining about there being 2 legs in 2 of the rounds of the 4. Luckily there are. Luckily there are. Because if there wasn't, we'd be screwed. With that being said, I think that'll do with the Forge Toronto match. Man of the match is Benny Badibanga, because he deserves to be. So there you go. Now, let's talk about Uruguay versus Colombia. Uruguay, 0. Colombia, 1. 0-1, Uruguay versus Colombia. Colombia advances to the Copa América final. I got both my predictions right on my semifinal predictions. We'll talk about that again tomorrow. But Colombia gets it done. Down a man for most of the match. A whole half plus a couple more minutes. And they get it done. But we'll get there. Goals were scored as follows. In the 39th minute, Jefferson Lerma gets a header. Ball crossed in. Lerma's on the near post. Nods it down into the net. Past Roche. 0-1. Settle 1. That's the only goal Colombia would need. 0-1 at the half. Settle 1. Full time. 0-1. Settle 1. Esta noche. That's all they needed, especially since they were down a man for a whole half. They got what they needed. They move on. 28 straight unbeaten for Colombia going into a final. It's going to be something, let me tell you. Stats are as follows. 11 shots to 11. 2 shots on goal to 4. 62% possession to 38% possession. 412 passes to 258. 84% pass accuracy to 72% pass accuracy. 11 fouls to 13. 4 offside to 2. 3 yellow cards to 3. 0 red cards to 1. 4 corners to 3. Let me tell you, this game was a very open game. It was a very wild game. Uruguay could have won against the run of play for sure. And then after being up a man, they legitimately played the stupidest way you could play down a man, or up a man, for 45 minutes. Like, they let that game still be open. Colombia had chances on the other end while down a man. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, it was a very open game, even when it was down a man. It was a very open game. And I don't think that was a smart play, to be totally honest. I think that was really stupid. I think that was honestly dumb. How do you play a game like that up a man? Luis Suarez brought on, basically played a 4-4-2. Darwin Nunez missed chance after chance after chance because that was wild. Uruguay were very mad after this game, but you only have yourselves to blame. You missed 30 damn chances against the run of play. You have yourself to blame. That's about that. You have yourself to blame. Simple as. I mean, my God. Darwin Nunez had like 20 chances. That man would be the best player in the world if he could only finish more than 1 goal a game. If the man could score 3 goals a game, finish 3 of his chances out of the 30 he gets every game, he would be the best player in the world. Wouldn't be Erling Haaland. It would be Darwin Nunez. That man legitimately ruins his own debate by missing 30 chances a game. Like, that's exactly what he does. I mean, Jesus, man. 30 chances. It feels like it. Against the run of play. Against the run of play. All those chances he had, missed. Suarez missed a couple. De Arrascaeta missed a couple. Fede Valverde only took about 2 shots from outside the box, but he should have taken about 5 when they realized making runs in wasn't working. He should have taken some outside the box. At the end, very end there, when they were desperate, he did. Some pretty good ones too, but Camilo Vargas stood on his head. There's the Camilo Vargas that we know is the best Liga MX goalkeeper in 2022 of the Bicampeonato Atlas team. There's the old Camilo Vargas from that Atlas team. There he is, because Jesus, man, he stood on his head. He had to make a lot of saves against the run of play. Colombia were the better team, holding the possession, going forward, even down a man to a certain extent, which I didn't like that because, again, when you're up a man, you shouldn't be letting the team who's down a man control the ball or break out, that is really bad malpractice, Bielsa. That is malpractice. To have 11 men versus 10 and you're letting them break, hold the ball, all that type of stuff, that is malpractice. I thought Bielsa would be better at playing a game down, or up a man, I should say. I thought he'd be better. He wasn't. That was wild. That was absolutely wild, the way that game was played. Throughout the whole game, it was very open, even again when Colombia were down the man. It was still an open game. I don't know why you let it happen that way. You shouldn't. But Colombia should have scored more than one goal, but Uruguay could have scored a couple too. And they didn't. And Colombia moves on to the final. A team with a 28-game unbeaten run versus Argentina, who's struggling right now. I'll tell you what I think on Friday. But I don't know if you'll agree. But Argentina doesn't move me, let me tell you. They don't move me. Let me tell you. With that being said, man of the match tonight, James Rodriguez. James Rodriguez is going to be player of the tournament. Whether Colombia win or lose on Sunday, he's player of the tournament. James Rodriguez, again, had another good match. Another. Wasn't on for, I think, just above the half. But, again, he had an amazing match when he was on. Because James is James. He's amazing. And Richard Rios was pretty good, too. But Colombia did what they had to do. With that being said, Colombia avanza de la final de la Copa América contra Argentina. Uruguay eliminado contra Canada en la tres puesto. Argentina, Colombia in the final. Canada, Uruguay in the third place. Congratulations, Felicidades, Colombia. Commiserations, Uruguay. We have a finalist in both finals. Suit day on Sunday. Everything but the jacket for the Euro, plus the jacket for the Copa. There you go. With that being said, we'll do. That'll do. With that being said, I will see you tomorrow for my semifinal recap of the Copa América. Just one video. Then we'll do the final preview prediction on Friday. Maybe I'll be guesting somewhere. I don't know. Saturday, Toronto, Philly, and Canada, Uruguay, double RSR and live. Sunday, Euro final live RSR, even if it goes to extra time. Copa America final live RSR on Sunday. So it's a big week, but we'll have some fun with it. With that being said, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. Toronto, you're trash. You really are trash. And Uruguay, that was a dumb way to play the game. Simple. But I'll see you later. I'm out. Peace.